This is what people typically want.
I usually aim for anything between 6 to 8 hours per night.
This is what people typically used to do.
I used to be able to sleep really well, especially throughout high school.
But this is what actually happens.
I would just either pull an all-nighter.
I feel like the quality of my sleep has really reduced because now it's really worse now.
I used to kind of fall asleep in most classes.
This applies to me too. But the good news actually is you probably used to sleep better. All of the students that I interviewed would tell me that they had their best sleep when they were in high school or before. And that seems to be consistent because the data or the research seems to suggest that best sleepers tend to be 9 years old, so as well as teenagers. And I think intuitively it makes sense because teenagers have less problem when it comes to life just in general, and so they go to bed with no worries regarding how the day went and what tomorrow is going to look like. So best sleepers tend to be 9 years old. When you are in college and you have deadlines, you have assignments, you're worried about jobs and all of those things, chances are that your sleep quality is not going to get better. Well, you might probably not sleep as well as you used to when you were a teenager. It could help to try and go to bed every day with as little worries as possible, because stress and anxiety tend to increase your inability to sleep on regular schedules.
I usually do remember dreams immediately I wake up, sometimes, not always. I had one nightmare, I think a week ago. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it's lying or something which was holding me and I couldn't move for whatever reason. Yeah, and I just couldn't move. I couldn't unentangle myself for whatever reason. It was very funny. So now I was like, oh, thank God, I'm now unentangled.
And is probably describing sleep paralysis, which is a condition that typically involves a person waking up from a sleep and feeling like they cannot move, they cannot scream, they don't have a sense of control over their own body. You can hear Ken talk about something holding him, and in multiple cultures you can see references to demons sitting on your chest and preventing you to move.
In my culture, sleep paralysis is essentially translated into a demon who is seeking to steal your soul, or who is trying to inhibit you from doing anything or from leaving your dream state, so that they're capable of continuously torturing you. Typically associated with the devil trying to play his tricks in your dreams, so he can be like a little extra pushy towards sin.
So before I actually go and explain what's going on here, I'm going to explain sleep cycle. So when a person decides to go to bed, they go through about 90 minutes long sleep cycles. And each sleep cycle tends to be constituted of 4 stages. It goes from stage 1 to stage 4. So what typically happens is that in the stage 1, which is the initial one, you are at a state of wakefulness. So you're just going to bed and you have what we call a light sleep. So somebody comes into you, switch on the light, you're quite likely to be able to notice it. But a few minutes down the road, maybe about 20 minutes, you go into an intermediate sleep where you are starting to feel less control, and you're going into more of a deeper sleep. But it's still relatively easy to wake you up. But then you move into the third stage here, which is deep sleep now, where your heart rate has gone down and you are breathing slowly, and you're feeling less in control, and you're actually not conscious at that point. So it's a little bit harder. It's harder actually to wake you up, and you're not aware of your environment. So about when you're about to close the cycle, you will go into stage 4, and in stage 4 is what we call the REM sleep. And REM sleep basically means rapid eye movements, and it is during this period that your eyes are actually going to be moving a lot. So sleep tends to be divided into REM and non-REM sleep, and the particularity of the REM sleep is it is during this period that you actually dream, and dream happens here. And one thing that I shall mention is that when you are dreaming, and so when you are in stage 4 of the sleep, which is REM sleep, you are not moving your body. So you lose your reflexes. You do not have the ability to move your arms or anything of the sort. So typically what happens is that when you have sleep paralysis, it basically means that your brain is not well synced with your motor skills. So you're not able to move your arm when you want it, you're not able to scream. And so the reason is that, like I said, during REM sleep, your body just goes into a state whereby your brain cannot move your body anymore. So because you can't move your body parts, your reflex being gone, when you suddenly wake up from that REM sleep to the stage 1 again, what typically happens sometimes is that you lose those motor skills, which may explain the inability to control your body. Now, oftentimes this comes with a certain hallucination where you imagine that you might be seeing things.
Usually, if I have dreams, there's some sort of stress-related dream. I've had quite a few roommate issues, for example, over the past months, and I definitely had some dreams that involved them.
I've been having a lot of dreams. It feels like on quarantine, I've been having more and more dreams. And lately I had a dream, which was pretty weird. I had a dream that my mom was coming to California and that she brought with her a lot of vegetables and fruits, and she didn't know that that wasn't allowed. And she was getting in trouble. And as soon as I woke up, I got a text from my mom saying that she was actually traveling to another country and she forgot a pepper spray on her and apparently caused her a lot of trouble in the airport, and she was freaking out about it. So that was pretty weird. And
I know sometimes I dream about my dad. Like, I lost my dad recently, so sometimes I dream about him. I see him. Sometimes, like, he talks to me.
I think the funniest dream I probably had was me getting married to a kindergarten friend that I met. Pretty hilarious because we're still small and we're getting married and like our dress is small. I was like, I didn't understand how this was happening in the world, but it happened.